When you visit the Stone Buddha Triad in Baedong, Gyeongju, the autumn sunlight might well be fine and transparent. This Standing Stone Buddha Triad, a treasure of Korea, used to be called simply the Buddha Triad. These three stone Buddhas, which had been buried for centuries, were discovered and re-erected, supposedly in their original location in 1923. Their similar sculptural style suggests that they were created as a triad around the time when Silla dynasty united the three countries of the Korean peninsula, Silla, Baekje, and Goguryeo. There are no words or signs around the triad abode. Their dwelling place is a simple gabled house with 4 pillars in the front and the 3 on the side. This construction protects the 3 Buddhas from the rain and the sun, though not from the cold wind and the freezing frost. If you stand in front of the Buddhas, you will be overcome with awe and reverence. The surroundings will suddenly become quiet, and your heart will overflow with piety as you view the Buddha's smiles of kindness, dignity, and mystery. People who pass the Stone Buddha Triad, either on their way to the peak of Mount Namsan or when making their descent, often worship the statues or pray for their safety. The chief Buddha in the middle of the triad is Amitabha Buddha. Can you see the similarities with the stone-standing Amitabha Buddha of Gamsansa Temple, which was made much later? The Buddha's physique is strong and robust, and his hair is curly. There are swelling on the top of the head, called yusnisa in Buddhist terminology. The eyelids are unusually plump. The Amitabha Buddha is holding his right hand up and his left hand is facing down. Don't you feel as if you are basking in a strong beam issuing from the Buddha's palms? The right hand's blocking gesture is called Abhaya Mudra and tells you, "Don't be afraid, I will protect you from evil." The left-hand gesture, called Bara, promises, "I will do anything you wish." The folds of the robe are simple and symmetrical, reminiscent of those of the standing gilt bronze Buddha of medicine of Baekje Temple. It is hard to believe that this is the original pedestal since there are no carved lotus flowers. Amitabha Buddha has 2 attendant bodhisattvas. On his right is a bodhisattva of great power and wisdom, and on his left, the bodhisattva of great compassion. The bodhisattva on the right is really brilliant and luxurious. Look at the thick band of beads hanging to the ankles and the small incarnate Buddhas in the halo around her head. Her kind smile and meditative aspect make it look as if she is half asleep. The Bodhisattva is the only one standing on the double lotus pedestal. The Bodhisattva on the left is rather simple compared to the one on the right. She has little decoration and holds only a bottle of Dharma nectar, which can cure mankind of pain and thirst. Her slightly tilted head suggests that she is about to burst into laughter. What funny story has she heard? Let's look at the back of the 3 Buddhas. A huge body halo stone is attached to the chief Buddha's back. The statue seems to be carved in high relief. However, the 2 attendant bodhisattvas stand independently. A head halo stone is attached to the bodhisattva of great power and wisdom. She is wearing something like a cape with a pleated skirt. The back of the bodhisattva of great compassion is beautiful. She has a stone head halo and a narrow and feminine waist. The knot of the waistband looks elegant like a bow tie. Those two women have been praying for a long time without moving. It seems that after they've completely emptied their minds, they wish to fill them with the Buddha's blessings. This woman looks like a shaman. Perhaps she is a novice. When she opens and shakes the 5 colored flags, she prays and makes wishes. And when she shakes her shaman bells loudly, do you think the Buddhas might open their eyes a little? I asked the shaman if the religious tradition of Duduri has been handed down here. Instead of answering my question, she told me that she doesn't have her own shrine. If you know that the original location of the shaman path of Duduri, as described in Samguknyusa, is not far from here, can you ignore the shaman's practice? The triad is supposed to represent deities which male and female shamans might have worshipped in ancient times. But Buddhism doesn't oppose the Korean traditional gods such as Chilsung, who is the god of Great Bear, Samshin, who governs childbirth, Sanshin, who is the mountain god, and so on. Anyway, the Duduri path seems to have been popular since the appearance of Bihyungnang in Gyeongju. According to Donggyang Japgi, there was a grove called Wangasu about 4 miles south of Gyeongju, in which it was said there was a sacred place of worship to a god called Mongnang or Duduri. Though few people know of this wood, which is 4 miles south of former City Hall, it's not a long way from here. Could it be that the triad represented a deity in the Duduri path? Sadly, Duduri, the indigenous religion of this district, is extinct now. Let's head for Sambursa Temple. The temple yard, guarded by a pagoda, is so quiet. The pagoda appears a little shabby, with various sections that don't match. However, it is praiseworthy and natural for a pagoda to stand persistently in the company of silence for centuries. If you view the House of Triad from here, you can see that it looks like an empty house of wind. You may yearn for this triad as the green mountains wave to you on a day when the dusty wind blows without ceasing.